fire sign. And I got this awesome candle because it has got a bigger flame. And I will start this with Tibetan singing bowl and the divine blessings of Goddess Tara. So, in this video, I'm going to cover about naturally my experience and lessons that I learned. So, as you move out, and I went for my swimming today, and after that, I went to buy some grocery. And in there, you find strange sort of people who want to copy you and mimic you, and at the same time try to steal your identity. Like, this is so funny. There were two ugly women who were laughing around me and then following close to wherever I was going. Then those two women sat at the bus stand and trying to look smart in front of me. This is so funny because some people just want to copy you. And like, for example, if you're a musician and you create music, somebody else would just wear a t-shirt or a dress up attire that says studio and act like, look, I know what you do and I do the same. And secretly they be competing with you. Now, mind you, just because somebody studies and taken that professional education doesn't mean you're a musician. There might be somebody who is far more genius and talented and a genius musician, and that they get by their intuition. They are just born that way. Some artists are just born, and all they do is they keep working. But people outside, they be so fucking jealous. I was at the bakery buying some cakes that was being sold at the entrance of Bunnings. And there's this fatso old man, and he just literally is trying his best to block to block me from buying. I was like, what the fuck? Are you so retarded? Like, you just want to fill your big ass fat belly, and he bought so many cakes for his, I don't know for what. It's not about you not buying, it's about people throwing up their negativity around you. And the more they see you as a person of light, the more they see you are righteous, pious, intelligent, sharp in whatever you do, they get so damn triggered. I tell you that. Then there was another clown family. So the man was trying to act like to his two children, like, oh, let's buy something cheap and nice and keep ourselves happy. But you're a snake and you're raising your snake children the same way. So the children, the moment they look at me, them being toxic snakes, being born to that toxic family, they say, oh, there are so many people around. Because what you are is what you will teach your children. Like Christ said, you will get to know about them through the fruits that they bear. And their fruits being toxic, that's no coincidence. That's exactly because what the parents are teaching their children. And you also see like a lot of people around you, they just follow you only to laugh behind you. Ha 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 ha. So funny, right? And there lies your power. You need to just stay in your own presence. Act like some mentally retarded just laughed at you. And that's how I act. Give them no damn power. Make them look so powerless. Make them look like a sick, mentally upset person, because that's what they are. These people are mentally deranged. They laugh at you because they want to be you. They are laughing at you because they are jealous of you. Or how about those ugly couples who come around you to show that, oh, we are so much in love? That is a perfect example of codependence. Codependence is for the weak people. If you are truly walking your path, and it's unique, and it's to your true calling, chances are you're going to go all the way alone, because you do not have time to meander and waste your time with dumb men or dumb women. But you'll always find these dumb couples together and acting, especially in public around you, trying to show you like, oh, I'm so lucky. All their lies, all their cheap games that they play, they stink so bad, and then they come around you and you are somebody who's so high, you're always keeping your space clean. You are super epitome of hygiene, beauty, and consciousness. You are divine for real. And all these snakes and ugly, stinking people come around you and act like, oh, there's some bad smell. It's all the lies. Dumber people come around you and they say, oh, you're dumb, you're stupid. That's exactly because they know who you are. And the liars, if they do not lie, well, how else are you going to assume something else? Too many times, watch this. The devil, the enemy, the jealous people, they want to come around you and talk in public so that they can put your image down socially. But I tell you, there's another side to it. There are these awesome high vibe tribe who support you, who are extremely happy for the way you show up every single day, like the goddess that you are, like the divine, beautiful, pure strength, higher state of consciousness, of Krishna consciousness, of Christ consciousness that you are. You are not about finding a cheap, low vibrational man for yourself or a cheap, low vibrational woman for yourself. If I'm talking to my vibe tribe, if I'm talking to my kings and queens, you're all about building yourself. You're about resilience. You're not about talking like a cunt, like how they are. Low vibrational people always want to laugh at you. And understand, somebody who laughs at you is zillion times below you. Because people above you, they don't care about you. They don't. Because these people are so much invested in doing what they are doing. They don't have time to look at what others are doing. And mind you, people who are always gossiping and watching you, that's because you're a threat to them. They see you as a competition for no damn reason. Because they learned their way up to life is by living in a competition, by being a rat. So they do not get their validation if they do not get to say that you are below me. And always just see to it. People who are laughing at you are always doing poor than you. It doesn't matter. They might be coming in better cars or they might be having more. That's got nothing to do. There's still something in you that they are jealous of. There's still something in you that triggers them. Because what are you truly jealous about? Something that you don't have, something that the other person has. And that's why they copy you, they try and replicate you, but only to be a fake ass carbon copy, which could never truly replicate the source. You can never be the real sun. You can go and try and copy, but you do not have that real sauce. You cannot replicate that recipe. And all of the chosen people that I'm talking about, your vibe is different. So I go to the swimming, and there's another man who comes as if he's in a competition. Have you seen how people just try to talk loud and like show like I'm better than you or try to boss over you? Though you be just humble, simple, and silent, just being yourself. That's because they see who you are. They see the crown on your head. They see that you are way too massively high state of consciousness. That's what you embody. They see divine in you. And they want to put you down by trying to talk loud. So I don't do nothing. I just focus on my thing. What I'm focusing on my strokes, I just focus on my techniques. And I don't give a fuck about these jealous, ugly ass men. I don't give a fuck about any of them. And even these ugly ass women who are just jealous and all they know is try to follow and copy you. You just don't ever, ever care about them. You let the world do what they want to do, but your job is to act at the right time. So while you're being triggered, stay silent. Take your power back. I know the urge is to react. You want to tell them, shut up. You want to tell them, you don't want no drama. But don't give them that satisfaction. That's what they want from you. They want the enemy wants you to react, but you shouldn't react, mind you. Your job is to stay silent in the heat of the moment and take that energy and alchemize it and utilize into the right direction. It's like this fire. So there is this fire in a candle and the fire burns. But you can use this fire to do cooking or you can use fire to burn a forest. And the real alchemy would be to use a fire to utilize it for cooking. So this is on the alchemy aspect. So you learn how to transform the jealousy, the hate, the copycat energy that people want to do because they just want to hide their insecurities and that's why they want to one up you. But mind you, all of that is going to be a big waste because if people try to get into competition with you without that being their own true race, they're going to waste their entire life. But that's not your problem. If somebody has chosen to live and die in ignorance, so be it. If somebody has chosen to fall low, to stay low, to stoop down to lower levels of intellect, because they just want to act childish and they don't want to learn, well, life has got her own ways and she will beat them down. And your job is not to fix everybody out there. Your job is just to work on yourself. And your job is to see how you can do and work on your own alchemy. And don't think it's selfish. It's not selfish. You can only serve if your own cup is full. It's like when you sit in an aeroplane and the air hostess tells you first, if there is a state of landing emergency, then put the oxygen mask on yourself first and then to the person sitting next to you or to your child. Because if you yourself are dying, you cannot help the other person survive. But because we live in a world which is correlated, and you've got to move out and you've got to face these energy vampires and demons every single day, and especially for who you are, the chances are it's going to happen way more than for a normal toxic person. Because see, when the devil comes for you, it's exactly for the reason because they know that you are the real king. They know that you are the real queen. They do not come for any dumb person because they have already chosen to die. When they want to come and break you because they see that you are way too confident in who you are. They see that you are confident, you are strong because you have got a lot of power and courage to believe in yourself. And that courage comes from the source energy because you love God. Because you love Christ, you love Lord Krishna, you love Goddess Radha, you listen to saints. And all of this is about truth. So somebody who has lived their whole fucking life in lies, naturally their demons get triggered the moment they see you. And they want to show you that, oh, I'm better than you. Or you're not that what you think yourself to be. Have you ever noticed how come all the ugly fucking hoes come around? And they try to show like, look, I'm hot. They look so trash. People outside, they try to look so hip and cool in front of you because they're jealous of you. And still, despite them trying so hard, doing so much on their makeup, tattoos, still they look like shit. Still they stink. They've got no standards. They've got just no value. Garbage. They open their mouths only to talk filth. I see them like an incarnation of a garbage can full of garbage and shit. So I don't say nothing. I say, well, that's the life you have chosen for yourself. Deal with it. Suffer. Suffer that. But on my face, I just keep quiet, like I don't see you. Because you're too ugly to be present around me. Sometimes you want to be silent. So as you speak, there is the flow of words, and then there is silence because you feel at home, and there's no race. But sure, you must express yourself through whatever way you can. Some people express by dance, some people express by whatever it be the means. Some people express just by being silent. Just silence, doing nothing, sitting sitting in silence with your own heart. Coming to the center, the Zen way. And most of the time, people are so terrified of sitting with themselves that they just want to grab onto someone. Anybody would do. Any Tom, Dick, and Harry would do. Just give me somebody to be with. And that's why you see all these miserable people outside. Why? I don't understand. Why can people not choose grace and beauty and divinity? Why is it so hard? But I know it's their demons. A demonic woman would attract a demonic man. A demonic man is going to look for another parasitic woman. And that's why you see they all look so miserable. And their intention is always external to others. Because there's no love in between them. How could there be? These are two energy vampires together. And there's no connection in them. There is just a need. And the need is the fear of not looking within. The fear turns to greed. Give me this, give me that. And let's go and hoard and just go and keep on having more, having more. That's the greedy, animalistic behavior. Such an ugly way of living. I don't know how you guys do that. And that's what you teach your children to be. Loveless couples making children just out of greed and lust, teaching them how to live miserably, teaching them no truth. Because that all needs a lot of courage. That all needs, first of all, to walk on this path of truth needs courage. And people are so crippled, people are so weak that they would rather die rather than learn and fix themselves correctly. They would rather enter into a fight with God because God is too perfect. And don't tell me to be like Christ, that is too perfect. And don't tell me to be like Lord Krishna, what he said in Gita, it's mad. It's so much of hard work. Who's going to do that? I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready for any of the work or learning or making myself better or keeping to truth. So let me take to this lies as if the devil will not destroy you. The devil doesn't care about you. They just use you and you are getting used. Your body is a vessel that is being used by the demonic energies and that play on you. And you let it thinking it's easy to get by as long as I don't have to put in the work. It's easy to be lazy. It's easy to laugh at others and being demonic because that gives me an illusion that I'm better than you. Well, keep suffering till the moment comes and you are forced to encounter the truth. Because two things in this world can never, ever hide: the sun and the truth. Try as hard as you may. People want to dim your light, chosen. People want to talk lies about you because they know that you're the sun. It's very much interesting and fascinating for me to see how disgusting people they want to dim your light or they want to just laugh at you because they're demons get so mad the moment they be around you. Have you seen how people just run around you in a shopping center, in a shopping mall, which is not an office? And even in office, why would people need to run? Because people want to show that I'm busy. They're not busy. And more the pretense, more the lies they wear. There's no work that you're going to do by running around. Somebody who's running around is the dumbest. And somebody who knows what they're doing, who's centered, they're always they have got a different aura around them. They know what they're doing. And they understand that in order to truly do the work to its utmost perfection, you need calmness, you need serenity. You need to slow down. But you see all these fools and retards in the world, all always running, trying to show like, wow, I'm doing this. I'm so awesome. I'm so quick. I'm so fast. They're none of that. None of that. They run their lives out of chaos without clarity. They are like these people are like headless chicken. Have you seen a headless chicken how that runs? That's the life of these people. Those who are just constantly busy in the traffic. I'm busy. You're not fucking busy. You're just a blind, headless chicken running with no mission, with no vision, with no purpose. It's all about the vibe tribe. Somebody who is chosen and taken to the path of truth would get it. They would understand what you're saying because these people are in turn living their lives aligned with that truth themselves. If somebody sees you as an angel, that's because they have that replica within themselves sitting in their own heart. If somebody sees divine in you, because they themselves embody that divine in themselves. But if they get jealous and triggered and they hate you, that's because they are from the other side. They are the demons. And it doesn't matter they are white, black, brown, or yellow. It's about the vibe. There are a lot of people from my color and my race who hate me because they are living their lives out of lies. Just being born Indian doesn't make them very much spiritual and somebody who lives in truth. There are way many people, and just because you're an Asian doesn't make you're all Zen. There are a lot of demons out there too, and who live all around the world because they move just like you. And it's not about that you've got to be somebody born in this country to be evolved. There are a lot of, how come I see there are so many people who travel all the way from different countries to India to meet these sages and they have become a devotee. And that's how they live their life out of truth from what they have learned from these great masters. And then you also see these spineless Indians who, just because they're Indian and they're brown in color, they've got their demons running. They've got nothing to do with truth. They've got nothing to do with the truth of dharma. They just live a whole life of lies. And that's why when they see you, they get so mad. They get so freaking jealous. It just makes me laugh. But on the face, I act like, well, you don't exist. People who would be hating on you is because they do not want you to know who you are. They know who you are. They know that you're the real king and the queen. They just do not want you to know that you are the king. They want you to keep acting in ignorance as if you don't know. If so was the case, why are they competing with you? Why are they so jealous of you? Why are they doing so much drama? Have you ever seen how come you enter a space where you have never even met a lot of people and the first time they look at you, their mood just goes so off. Or they try and act to stop you in so many ways. That's not coincidence. That's your energy that triggers them. your aura that scares a lot of people, especially the low vibrational ones. You need not be born in a certain community or a certain country or a certain religion in order to learn. You might be devoid of any religion, you might be devoid of any country, you might not belong nowhere, but still, you have the power to learn from all of the great masters. It doesn't matter. You don't have to be a Chinese to learn about Lao Tzu. There are too many other people who are born in that country who never ever read Lao Tzu. And those are the people who would hate you for how could you be so smarter than me because you learned it, because you learned the truth your way. You didn't give a fuck about the lies of the world. You didn't give a fuck about who is living out of ignorance because that's none of your business. Too many people in India, they say this is a very sad state of India. Too many Indians, they don't let their children read Gita because they say, no, if they start reading Gita, then they would become a saint. And God forbid, I don't want my child to be a saint. And that's why they have kept all this for the old age. Old age, when you're already dying, you are so close to your graveyard in 1 or 2 years. So you want to teach how you have lived a life of lies. And same way they teach the next generation. Because they do not want the truth to be learned, the truth to be understood. And you might think that, but truth is burning me and truth is so much painful. Well, try the other way, the lies. Do you think a house of lies or a jar of lies is going to keep you very happy, that candy? Lies might be tasty for a while, initially, yeah, but not for too long. You deep inside know that what you're doing does not make any sense. But you keep on lying because you think that you're too weak and you cannot go and you do not have the courage to be on your own to walk this path. And you're too coward. You don't even want to face this fact that you are a coward. You're a fucking coward. Not only that, you're too dumb as well. Want to hear more? You are living in pure blindness, ignorance. And then they tell me, people like me, that, oh, why are you guys doing all this from such a young age? Like, you should not be, don't you want to enjoy the colors of life? All that colors of life is a lie. And you have already tried and tested if the water was real, and you find it all. Everybody in this world is only trying to smile or work with you because they have got some of the vested interests. And nobody truly cares about you. And if you come to this honesty and if you are truly having the courage to face the fact, to be living with truth, you don't want to entertain any sort of a low vibrational person in your life. And it might mean that you've got to walk alone, so be it. And it might mean you don't know where you're going, so be it. But just because you don't know where this path is going to take you doesn't mean that you will just go back to your older ways of having and being around with fake dumb people and call them, yeah, you're my friend, ha 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 ha, let's laugh and let's go to this place and eat and watch a movie, ha ha ha. Those things don't fancy you anymore. Those low vibrational dumb conversations, unreal chats and gossips, the dumb stuffs, it doesn't fancy you. It never did. Why should I say now? It basically, these things has never ever fascinated me. And I always used to be shocked when I look at people outside like, how do they enjoy that? It's like a dog chewing a bone which is already overchewed. It's been chewed so many times there's nothing in it. But the dog still goes on chewing that bone. That's habit. That's not because the dog enjoys that. That's just habit. And a lot of people live their whole life on that repeat pattern because they feel that they do not have it in them to get themselves out of that momentum. It needs awareness, it needs intelligence, it needs energy to break a pattern. And because you have lived your life by lies, you have so much pain. First thing is to get over that pain. And after that pain is gone, then you would gather that energy that would enable you to break the chain of continuous downfall that you're in. And people, your haters rather laugh at you because you see the amount of work is intense and they are so scared and terrified like, what? If I agree to what she's saying, that road is wild and crazy. And I'm not sure if I have the courage to do that much work on myself. And I don't know if I'm ready. So then suffer. Suffer with your lies. Suffer with your ugly friends who are basically wanting you dead. Suffer with your ugly families who always want you to fail, who have got no genuine interest in your growth. Suffer all of that. Suffer that dead job that has got no interest in your growth. But they will give you that promotion and raise as long as you act dumb and you take orders. Suffer all of that because you signed up for that. And so the only way out for your suffering is by laughing at somebody who's doing all the hard work, who's doing the things right way. Because you cannot stand that light. You cannot stand that bloom. You cannot stand that beauty. And that's why you want to come around in your ugly makeup, still you look shit. Because you are a lie. And mind you, no messing around, the chosen. We can sense through you. I can read through your soul. I know what you are. What a shit. What a waste are you. And I know you're ashamed of yourself. It shows in every fabric of your being. So be ashamed and have some guts and work on yourself. People want to think doing that makeup and straightening that hair and putting that eyelid and doing a tattoo and wearing this and that and driving that car would make you ready. You're still shit. You're garbage. Somebody who doesn't have the courage to be who they are, to be like this fire, the burning fire, you're not a gem. It takes a lot of hard work, struggle, toil, preparation to be one. So, copying the chosen one doesn't work. Sad but true. You're nothing like the chosen because you have not chosen the higher, supreme, divine way of living. You have not chosen, you have not surrendered to the Lord. So, naturally, you trying to copy somebody doesn't work. Because if you truly are interested in copying, then go straight to the source and surrender to the Lord and live accordingly. Live in truth, live in purpose, live a meaningful life. And yes, all of that needs a lot of hard work. All of that means dead amount of work in complete silence. And that also means a lot of pain, and that also means a lot of tears, blood, sweat. Give it all. Give it all. So I just feel like when I see these covered people, families, and couples, I see what they bring to the table: fear. There's one thing that gets them all together: fear. And there's a lot of learning from the opponent side as well. As I watch them, they show me exactly how I do not ever want to be. That repel tells me, it in turn guides me to my path, and I get more centered where I've got to be. Because you might be thinking maybe I should just enjoy that because this real core work is too much, and I also want to enjoy maybe just eating outside. But your body tells you no, you should do that work. And your body tells you, you're not hungry, and even if you overeat, you know that you can't digest that. You can't digest so much of food. So your body's telling you either you relax or you just do the work if you have energy. But you think, no, I just want to do something else so I can enjoy. Maybe I want to shop something more online. And then you find you've just been ordering in excess with things which you don't need. So this is a sign from the life telling you to just stop distracting and do the work. Think clearly. Thinking clearly. Or have gratitude. Have gratitude for what you have. Don't be in a race. They have that. I want better than them. They have that skill. I want that person could do 3 laps in so less time. I want to do four. Just because you want to one up that person. No, why you do not have to be in a competition with somebody else. Just see to yourself. Are you feeling better? Are you happy with your growth? And if none of that makes a sense, then can it? If what you're doing doesn't give you happiness and joy, stop doing that thing just to prove to the world. Do something that you love. It's never about the competition. It's a low vibrational state of world that tells you you should be in a competition, that you are better than him. Why? A sunflower never competes with another rose flower that I want to be like a red color rose. Sunflower is happy being yellow, big. It never says I'm so fat, I'm so big. I want to be small and petite like rose flower. And I want my petals to unfold like a rose flower. These are two unique things. A sunflower is a sunflower, and sunflower enjoys being a sunflower. And the rose is happy being a rose. The rose never complains that why am I so small? I want to be big and fat like sunflower. Look, sunflower is so strong. I want to be strong like that sunflower. No. This is the mentality from the rat race that you were born into. That says you should do better than them. You should do better than that. To work in strict timelines and do like this. But where's the meaning? You're not happy with that. So if you're not happy doing what you're doing, stop that. I want to read this beautiful quote, and this says, there is an enormous difference between working hard on something that is a grind and working hard on something that comes easily to you. Exceptional results almost exclusively happen when you work hard on an area where you have some natural aptitude. Play to your strengths. So, the core message, you should do something that you enjoy. It might be something which is not very vital to the world, like knitting or cooking or making candles. or whatever be your hobby. But if you are doing something that you are enjoying, then chances are you can foresee that moment where when you hit the harder moments, when the challenge gets tougher. See, there's a balance between the challenge level as well. You don't want something so basic which doesn't challenge you at all. And the other end of the spectrum is you don't want something so difficult that you just don't understand. You don't want to solve a very complex physics level problem if your basics of physics is not very clear. So you want a balance between this challenge level. It shouldn't be too basic and it should be too advanced. It should be something that exactly that exactly fits in the zone. You know what I'm saying? So, for example, if you want to play flute and all you just want to start with as a beginner, you want to play the basic notes, the basic notes, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, te, do. And after that, you can go ahead and play scales. And then, whatever melody you can hum in your head, you should be able to play that on the flute. But then it's again starting with the level. If somebody is already experienced, advanced flute player, then they would want to play complex pieces. But if somebody is a beginner, there's no use trying to directly attack the complex pieces. So you start with your basics and then you gradually scale up. I want to speak about another message, theologian and philosopher Saint Augustine, on doing what you can for who you know. Since you cannot do good to all, you are to pay special attention to those who, by the accidents of time, or place, or circumstances, are brought into closer connection with you. So it's like there are so many people, billions of people on the planet, but you get to meet certain set of people, right, in your day-to-day living as you move around in society. So just pay close attention to them. And if you think that could be worthy, maybe then you could have a good connection. And if you don't, then don't. Then you just keep doing what you're doing. The balance between education and entrepreneurship. So, education is about learning. You learn a skill so that you can create something. And entrepreneurship is about creating. So, I want to read this passage. Education teaches you to analyze, entrepreneurship teaches you to create. The educated mindset is great at dissecting and criticizing. What did Shakespeare mean here? What were the major forces of this historical period? What is the limiting reagent in this chemical reaction? The entrepreneurial mindset is great at building and improving, like designing a better product, crafting a new marketing plan. Stop talking about what's wrong and make something better. The trick is to keep learning, but to never lose your ability to build. So again, this herein you can see the balance. And everything goes back to the two things, duality, yin yang. So you see, even in here, one is the aspect of entrepreneurship, which is more from the spirit. You create something which has never existed before. Maybe a new windmill factory, a new type of it. And education is going to enable you to jot down the plan and break it down from there. So, the balance between the doing, the matter, and the being, the spirit. Spirit gives the ideas to the human body machine. And you're not special to come up with that idea. If you wouldn't have taken that up, it would go to somebody else. Because the universe just wants to create. It's a creative machine. It doesn't care about who creates. So universe doesn't care you're a millionaire or you're a billionaire or you're a whatever you are. You are born, you live the story, and then you die. And then she refurbishes you through the same five elements: earth, air, water, ether, space. And then she takes, like how you were born, you go back into the same unknown. But your bodily elements merge back into these five elements. And then the new being is born. And then the next generation plays the same game. And then the next generation plays the same game. And ages go on. And this cycle keeps on repeating. So you're not special. First of all, you're not special. And this is a lot of relieving of burden off your shoulder. When you understand this, then you just laugh at people who are trying to make them look so solid through their hate on you. Because you see that these people think that they're going to live forever, whereas you are somebody who lives in complete awareness of truth, that you're a mortal, memento mori, and you stay aware of this, like the Stoics did. So you don't waste your time on giving them a revenge. The best revenge is to let that shit go, to have your own peace, to not fight any battle that is sent your way, to not make every dog that is barking at you say, "Oh, keep quiet." No, you just move. Let the dogs bark. Let the people bark. Let people do whatever they have to do. Like Mel Robbins' book says, I love Mel Robbins. She's so awesome. She says about this, let them theory. Let the world do whatever they have to do, and you do what you have to do. And staying with this awareness that you're not special, you're just universe has just created you for a game of life. So you see the life as a game and you do what you want to do, what you enjoy. If you don't enjoy, can that, go to something else. Do something else that keeps your soul more alive. And it doesn't matter the amount of hate that people would show up on you. I mean, what are you? Nothing. There have been great inventors, scientists, musicians, philosophers. They have been hated. Michael Jackson, who was nobody was like him in the pop culture, and he had so many haters despite having so many fans. So nobody's perfect. To have this illusion that you're always going to be liked by people is stupid. So come to terms with this aspect that there would be haters and there would be lovers. But you don't go about chasing nothing. Your job is to keep creating and being yourself. Your job is to walk this path of truth. Because the whole reason you were born is for dharma. Somebody who lives right would die right. Maybe if there is any willpower, it is in this, in your choosing, in how you live. And that means getting very close to your own true nature, to your own true nature, and not what the society taught you, and not what the cowards and the liars and the cheats outside teach you. If people are scared of you because of your truth, because of your courage, because of your peace, and call you, oh, you are scary, you scare me, because they are lying. So let them, let the world do what they want to do, and you do what you want to do. You make that song for the bee. Like I like to make song for small things like butterflies, for bees, for that happy dancing flower. So At least these things are so much better than rotten, pathetic humans that you see. Their only conversation is gossip and hate and judgment of others. How ugly is that? Nature is so cute, nature is so beautiful. So I love to go outside and hug a tree because the tree hugs me back with so much of good energy. And this is actually very healing. This is what is called as grounding, earthing. So when you go out in parks and in good natural spaces, go and hug a tree. Give them some love because nature is your truest friend in a real true essence. So live by your true nature and just be happy for existence. Have gratitude for being alive. Even though you find that every day is so much of work, toil, and hardships, still, at least you're alive. There's somebody in ICU who has been given few days to live. And there's nothing wrong in that. Maybe they have done their time on the planet. And universe has other plans for that soul. And one day you will also be there because we are all mortals. We are all born and we will all die. So while we are around, we can also be happy and do things that makes us happy. Even though it might be little things. And truly it's the little joys that makes you happy. And not to say that if you have a bigger goal, don't pursue that. If you have a good clarity and a big goal, you want to do this and that, sure, go ahead and do it. Just do whatever makes you happy. If doing a small thing makes you happy, making a cup of tea and a nice honey cake makes you happy, go ahead and do that. If you think making a big business empire worth millions and billions and trillions makes you happy, go ahead and do that. If you think reading a book on Zen or Ikigai or a good message makes you happy, then go ahead and grab that book and enjoy with your tea. No doing is big or small. You can also do massive, big, humongous things like change the planet, or you can also just be living simply like a saint. And it's not to say that somebody who is a Lao Tzu did not contribute to the society. You want to say that? He has the wisdom. If you're open enough, you would call that this is true treasure. This is treasure. What Buddha found, what Lao Tzu found, what Lord Krishna told, what Christ said, what Rumi said, what Shams of Tabriz said. Everything is priceless. But if you want to stick to the matter and build this and that and make a huge empire to call yourself the king, then go ahead and do that. Do that. Maybe that is what you were born for. Maybe that was what your calling was. Make a big automobile industry. Go ahead and do that. Whatever gives you happiness, whatever is your true source of truth, stick to that and walk that despite the opposition from the world. And understand this, the people who would oppose you in your truth are only the people who have lived their lives by lies. And they are scared and intimidated and also ashamed of the fact that they did not live their life by truth. So, how could you dare and live your life by truth? So, let me come in your way now. Let me make you a bit upset. Don't listen to anybody and just follow your soul. Like the beautiful song of Sting. I love Sting. What beautiful songs. Every song has got such a deep message. And what a beautiful soul he is. What a beautiful heart. That song, let your soul be your pilot. Let your soul guide your way. So let your soul be your pilot. Let your truth paves the way for your living. Don't attend any sort of low energy frequency which tells you to doubt your vision. If you have thought you want to do it, surely you could do it. That's why you thought about it. If not you, then somebody else will. And you will feel very pathetic when you see somebody else do that, what you wanted to do. So stick to your calling and don't let nobody else fool you, even if it's your own family or your own so called friends, which are actually snake and who want you to fail. So just watch out on your snake like friends. Too many people are there with you not because they have your best interest. So learn to read people. Learn to see how they pass a comment or say something when you're talking big about your mission, about your vision, how they belittle you. That's how you know they're not